Hello everyone, my name is Miranda and today I'm here to review Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, which I know what you're all thinking because it's the first thing that I thought of when I saw this book, so let's just get out of the way right away. Believe it or not, this book has nothing to do with the Kelly Clarkson song. Aside from sharing a kick-ass title with it, this is a pretty recent release, and I have to say it's such a great summer read. It just put me straight in the summer mood, even though I've been kind of over all the hot days and the beach and the sand and everything, but this book, I was like, this is what summer is. Now, if you haven't heard of it, it is about a girl named Emily who is best friends with this girl named Sloane. Sloane? I don't know exactly how you say it. I can't pronounce exotic names, okay? I'm sorry. And right before the two are about to embark on an epic summer of epicness, Sloane disappears without a word, and Emily is left on her own, except for a list of 13 things that Sloane has left her to do over the summer that include things like skinny dipping, kissing a stranger, riding a horse, dancing until dawn, sleeping under the stars, and hugging a Jamie, among other things. And I'm going to tell you right away, if you do read this book, the list of stuff that Sloane gives her to do is on the back of the book, all nice and outlined, because if you're like me, for the first 50 pages, you'll be flipping through the book being like, I don't remember what was on this list, and then you realize it was on the back of the book the entire time, and you're like, ugh, ugh. So the story is basically about Emily's journey as she embarks on checking everything off of Sloane's list, and right away she realizes that the things on the list that Sloane has given her are things she wouldn't normally do, so they're things that are taking her out of her comfort zone, and it's just a really, really cute story. I'm promising, hopefully, to keep this review 100% spoiler free because I just want a lot of you to read it. It's so cute. It's such a great summer read, like I said. The thing that I couldn't really wrap my head around for a while was that Sloane is kind of Emily's only friend. So she didn't have any other friends to hang out with over the summer, but then what happens is that she slowly meets these other people and starts to be friends with them, and one of them is Frank Porter, who is from her school and is kind of like the A+ valedictorian, dates the smartest girl in the class, all that stuff, which really made me laugh, and I could really relate to that because Frank Porter, when I went to high school, there was a kid exactly like him. I'm sure there are kids in every high school like Frank Porter, but just imagining him doing all the stuff Frank Porter did, like apple picking and working at a rock climbing place, it was really funny and it just kind of made me laugh, but I really did like Frank's character. I liked his interactions with Emily. I never ever thought I would like someone whose name was Frank, because to me that feels like a name that you just get when you're 45, like no 5-year-old just grows up with the name Frank, but he and Emily had really cute interactions and their whole relationship was definitely cute. I mean, you could tell where it was going. There was going to be something more. I mean, this is, like I said, a summer themed book after all, so it wasn't a big surprise, but just watching the journey progress and how they got there was very, very cute and very interesting, because I felt like it wasn't that 0 to 60 romance that we're so used to reading in YA these days, where it's like all of a sudden they just lay eyes on each other and they know instantly that they have to make out and make babies and just be together forever and always. This was kind of the awkwardness and the weirdness and the kind of serendipity of first loves almost. Like, I could relate to Emily so much because she's just so awkward socially, and I'm like, this is me. It kind of made me squirm seeing her interact with Frank and other people, because sometimes I was just like, just talk to them, you have a smart brain, just say what you're thinking, but then other times I totally got when she was just kind of like not wanting to say anything and stay in the background a little. I could relate, even though it made me squirm so much. I was like, just do it already, Emily, just do it. But that's the thing where the list came into play. It helped her kind of grow and become her own person apart from Sloane. There was all this stuff she had to do that was out of her comfort zone, and I really liked the list. Like, I was like, maybe I should do this list myself if it involves a hot guy like Frank Porter. But unfortunately, those things generally tend to happen only in books or on the CW's Thursday night lineup, so oh well. I really like the progression of Emily's character, because this was another book, even though it was kind of those contemporary summer ones where I feel like they're fluff and nothing, we could really see Emily's character change and develop, and I love that so much, because in the beginning when she was doing these tasks that Sloane had left her, she was always picturing Sloane, like being like, oh, I would tell Sloane this, Sloane would want to do this, Sloane would do it this way, blah blah blah, and it was kind of not even about her, it was about how she would do it in another life if Salone was with her, kind of that fork in the road. And then eventually it just stopped. All of a sudden, like, I realized probably about halfway through, I was like, she's not mentioning Salone as much when she's going on these trips. They're more about her and her new friends like Frank and this girl Dawn that she meets and all these other people that she has now learned to put herself out and be friends with them, and it's kind of about her journey. And Salone wasn't mentioned a lot. Like, people would be like, oh, do you know when Salone's coming back? Do you know where Salone is? And she'd be like, oh yeah, Salone, I haven't thought about her. I haven't missed her in a while. And it was a really great moment because it was kind of, you think, sad that, like, she's not missing her best friend anymore. But this was Salone's whole mission, you realize, was to make it so Emily was okay without Salone. Salone had her own issues. We found out at the end that I would love if we saw a sequel, maybe with Salone trying to complete her own list that Emily had left her. I think that would be really cool and really cute because we'd also see Salone's character change and also her interactions with Emily because they do really seem like great friends. I thought Salone was going to be like one of those douchey, just kind of bitchy friends, but she seemed really nice. She trusted her friend, even when other people tried to put that trust to the test in not so nice ways. And the cover, I've been noticing there's something going around BookTube called Tumblr-worthy covers, and I think this is a Tumblr-worthy cover. It just seems like it to me. The only thing I don't like is the girls. I can't figure out which one's Salone and which one is Emily because I like when the covers you can tell who the characters are supposed to be, kind of like on the Bloodlines and Under the Never Sky covers, but this, it's just like, this girl is dressed more like Salone, but this girl looks more like Salone, so it's very confusing, and that's my only qualm with the book, because the cover sums it up nicely. It's just kind of like ice cream on a summer day. It's a great book. Very sweet, very cute. There's drama, but none of it's ever too angsty, which I really appreciated. Because the last contemporary book I read was The Boy Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, I believe, and that was a really cute book like this, and then, like, towards the last third of the book, it got super angsty and depressing, and I was like, what am I reading right now? But there was never a moment like that. There were moments when Emily didn't really say what she wanted to say, or she kind of thought the wrong thing and would ignore people and freeze people out, so I was a little nervous that I was going to start to not like her towards the end. Some things went down with Frank and Salone and all that, but I did end up liking how she dealt with it all. I thought she matured very much so, and I loved her relationship with her little brother. I always love when they put the little sibling relationships in because they just make my heart all warm and fuzzy. It was definitely a cute book. I would definitely give it 5 out of 5 stars, and you all should definitely check it out, especially since summer is basically like a month away from being over, which, that's really sad because look at my gorgeous tan. Not at all. I look like a ghost who spent the last third of his life in Antarctica. It's not happening. So if you've checked Since You've Been Gone out, please, I promise it's the last time I reference the Kelly Clarkson song, please tell me what you thought of it down below, and would you also like to see a sequel from Salone's point of view like I would? And again, I think I'm saying Salone's name wrong, but what can you do about it? I pronounce everyone's name wrong at this point, and we all should know it. So thank you all for watching. Definitely go check this book out. Do it! If you read one book this summer besides Silver Shadows by Rochelle Mead, which came out Tuesday, read this book because it's just so good. It's just so cute, and I loved every relationship in it. It was cute. The only thing I didn't get was Dawn. There was really no resolution with her character, unless maybe I was kind of delirious at that point because I did stay up pretty late reading it, so maybe I just missed that part. But Dawn, yeah, didn't have a lot of resolution with her. So that's the only downside, but it's so great. It's such a light summer read and so cute, but it does have that deeper character development that I love to see, and I can relate to the main character so much, which is kind of sad because it reflects poorly on me, but oh well. Thank you all for watching. I'm Miranda, and I will see you next time when we'll see if I have more song references, because for my last 2 videos, I have been referencing songs too much. I really need to stop. Thank you all for watching. Bye!